Hello teachers, welcome to your favorite frequency. Welcome to the Curious Radio. Question: how many of us has painting in our rooms, bedrooms that we admire on a daily basis? Although we really enjoy this beautiful landscape and complete figurines, do we know what artistic movement they belong to, or what famous personalities have given life of these movements? Without further ado, let's start. Let's do this. Romanticism is one of the oldest artistic movements. Let's alone start the sign of the fact that art exists since the world is world. It originated in the United Kingdom and Germany in the 18th century as a revolutionary reaction against Enlightenment and Neoclassicism. Remember that Neoclassicism was based on reason and knowledge of truth, while Romanticism saw its expression of feelings as opposed to love versus knowledge. Objective freedom is a constant search. To describe his revolutionary charge is unquestionable, because Romanticism is a way of feeling and convincing natural life a man himself. Among its main characteristics we find the consciousness of the self as autonomous entity, the supremacy of the feeling first, the neoclassical reason, the originality in front of the class tradition, rebelliousness before reason, craving for freedom, rupture of conventional norms, individualism, and subjectivity, long lines and taste for natural, and of course imagination and feeling. As main representatives of this movement we find the Englishman William Blake with his painting The Song of Fire, where he catalogued the decline of morality in Europe, which he blamed both the African slave trade and the Enlightened philosophers. The popularity of Francisco de Joao came in 1789 when he was appointed Printer of the Court by Carlos VI. Other of his outstanding works was La Majaderas, where he represented the Duchy of Alba. After the invasion of Spain, his work changed because he dedicated himself to reflect the terror that we lived at the time. It's important to mention that Romanticism was not only about paintings, but about literature, music, and all the areas that we know about art. But they didn't teach themselves from the ideology of the current. One of the more representatives in French is Victor Hugo, whose main works are The Miserables and Our Lady of Paris. Let us conclude this current by reviewing its black castle. 1. Lower reason. 2. Freedom over rules. 3. Appreciation of nature. Keep watching this video to continue with another current, and let's moving on to empowering.
American criticism graced by the emergency of a new style, spotlight Clement Greenberg, who wrote in The Nation and Paris Time Review, as well as Harold Rosenberg and Thomas B. Hest. It was their critics who spoke of America-type painting, abstract expressionism, actions painting, dry painting, or gestural painting. It is the critical Robert Coates who is attributed the coining of the term abstract expressionism. However, the artists of the movement reject the term because they understood that their work wasn't abstract, it was a strict sense, and that they had nothing to do with German expressionism. Within this movement is the action painting or painting in action, also say a gestural painting, a term coined by the critical Harold Rosenberg in the 1950s to refer to the work of artists such as Jackson Pollock, Frank Blake, and William Knowles. Rosberg proposed it for the first time in American Action Painters, an important article published in the Art News, Vol. 51. Action painting and abstract expressionism are terms that are often used as synonymous, even if they are not exactly the same. As abstract expressionism is also known at the School of New York, but its domination includes other arts like music, design, poetry, theater. It is not properly at school with a clear style, but a set of artists of similar convention and who share and serve pictorial techniques. They can be identified as normal characteristics of this style. First, their preference for language formats. They work normally with all icons. They are generally abstract in the sense that they eliminate figurations. However, there are exceptions and some employ figurative traits, appearing recognizable figures, such as a well-known woman. Without present a geometric aspect that make them different from previous moments, such as surroundings.
Do you know how Dadaism was and how did it come about? Well, Dadaism was an artistic trend that emerged in Zurich, Switzerland, in 1916. This vanguard spread throughout Europe and to the United States. And the most exciting or rated religious is that it was against art. The cause and beliefs of this time, it should be mentioned that verse at worst, at its best, and going against the rules was something to think twice. Mainly, it was taken as a way of living and taking it based on ideology. In founder was improvised man Tristan Tzara. Mainly, it was taken as a way of living and taking it based on ideology. Its founder was impressive man Tristan Tzara. One of the theories of name Dada was for the bubbling of first babble of song of a child, and arose when they looked in a dictionary for the artistic name to one of the singers. Immediately, they identified this name with the new style that sought to start from scratch, breaking the schemes followed previously. There are assumptions of the origin of the name, as the concept that wanted to spread was that it simply did not mean anything that comes from to the rebel, and that was obviously choosing at random. Others say that looking in the dictionary with a knife, or it was the only thing that was understood to the Dada Russians, if yes. Mainly, our Dadaism was looking for nothing more and for nothing less than to perplex the public and fans that they did. They reacted by throwing things at them or insulting them. In 1970, the Dada Gallery was inaugurated and our great creator, Tzara, began his publication. While Dadaism was divulgated to there also magazines, interesting places, cabarets, and art galleries. Some characteristics of Dadaism was total and pure mockery, why not humor. They were based on the absurd and the wordly. They used irony, fans that they liked to have fun for through gesture, scandal, or provocation. They had a great inclination towards doubtfulness, rebellion, destruction, terrorism, death, and nihilism, rejection of the old principles and morals that life does not make sense. They promoted the change. They were against beauty, laws, eternity, and in God, the mobility of thoughts, etc. They wanted to go back to childhood. Now everything makes sense, Dada. And I read this considered more important to the creator act than the product created. This arose with the intention of destroying all the codes and systems established in the world of art. It is an artistic, anti-literary, and anti-poetic movement, since it questions the existence of art, literature, and poetry. It has a total absolute rejection of any previous tradition or respect. It is against eternal beauty, against eternity of the principles, against the laws of logic, against immobility of thought, and against universality. The Dadaists promote a change, the freedom of the individual.
the spontaneity, the immediacy, the random, the contradiction. Defend the chaos in front of the order and imperfection versus perfection. The origin of the deist is confusing. The most accepted version says that when you open a random dictionary, appeared the word given, which means to the horse, and was adopted by the group. The characteristics. It was characterized by rebelling against literary and artistic conventions, and especially by making fun of the bourgeois artist and his art. Others of its characteristics are attitude of total mockery and humor. They are based on the absurd, on the lack of value, means of ironical, satirical expression, thug gesture, scandal, provocation.
Hello, I am Anna. I talk about some artists' movements in the urban art. When we talk about street art, urban art, or street art, we refer to the informal techniques of artist expression that are given the street freely. Sometimes even illegally, usually in large series. It is a type of artist intervention of short life and that does not appear in museums. The term street art emerged in the mid-2010, also under the name of post-graffiti, to identify a series of heterogeneous and usually expressions that began to foot the greeting series of the West. Street art in the following categories. Graffiti is traditional graffiti that is clandestine drawing in the greeting on the hulls of the series only the West of urban art. Pencil works based on a template of plastic or paper in which the silhouette one you want to paint is cut out. Posters printed on paper or other materials and glued on the house. Sculptures and other intervention. There are other more daring form of street art that involve objects of public routes or even tickets combining sculptures with other graphic art. The creator of this art was Joseph Kaiselam, who used the main building of the Astro-Hologram Empire to put his own name and get fame in that way.
Okay, I'm going talking about the Cubans. The Cubans is an artistic movement developed between 1907 and 1940 in French. He was headed by Jaume Apollinaire and had Pablo Picasso, George Braque, and Juan Gris as founders. This motion treats the natural geometric forms. What's is funny because as me, I was imagining a tree drags a triangle and a rectangle a triangle. But no, it was this type of art was strategies. It was to drag the minute hooks an animal together. It will forms the image, and this will be since the truth. It's funny. Whatever is considered the first avant-garde because I broke the last Renaissance block in force at that time, more or less at the beginning of the 20th century. It was Louis Barthelès who gave origin to the term Cubismo when criticizing one painting of a Lestage, saying that the painting was made in small groups. Despite being at the moment to the new, always keep the same gender style, then they continue to be painted the landscapes and borders. Among his main exponents, the following personalities were found: Albert Glaser, Juan Gris, Fernando Leguer, Francis Picabia, Pablo Picasso, famous Cubist painter, George Braque, Wilfredo Lam, y Luis Marcos. Okay, good. Now we talk about Futurism. The Futurism is an initial movement of the currents of avant-garde artistic. Is founded in Italy by Filippo Tommaso Marinetti, who was on that created the Manifeste de Futurisme the February 20 of 1990 in the Diario Le Figaro de Paris. The Futurists rise in Milan, Italy, driven by Marinetti. This motion brought with the tradition, the past, the conventional scenes of the history of art. Rejected the traditional aesthetics and tried to assess contemporary life based on its two key uses, the mechanism and the movement. It was recruited in this mode to any expressive means: plastic arts, urbanism, cinema model, music, or poetry. Capable to creating abstract of action with the purpose of rejuvenating and willing again to the face of the world. The futurism is characterized by the attempt to capture sensations of the moment. Some things like too many photos taken great speed and printed on a simple plan. To the most prominent artists of the futurist movement, Italianism for the most part were the Italian poet Filippo Tommaso Marinetti, who developed the Manifesto of Futurism, which contained the principles. Giacomo Balla, Umberto Boccioni, Carlo Carra, Luigi Russoi, Gino Severini, the Bragalia brothers, Anton, Giulio, Arturo, and Carlo Ludovico, Antonio Sant'Elia, together with Mario Chiatone. Likewise, other later artists were influenced by this movement. This is the case of the French Marcel Duchamp, Robert Delaunay, and Fernand Léger, as well as different Russian constructivist actors.
It is surrealist originated in France in the 1920s. This moment was influenced by the psychoanalytic theories of Sigmund Freud, which shows the importance of the unconscious in human creativity. Man must free his mind for the logic imposed by the rules of conduct established by society and give expressions to dreams and unconscious information. The cornerstones of early surrealism was the publication of the Surrealist Manifest by French physicists and poet André Breton in 1924. Artists relate to surrealists and reject the vowels be the brown areas, create words full of humor, dreams, utopias, and any information contrary to logic.
This has been all for this video for today. If you like this video, don't forget to leave it up, and if you want to see more curious content, subscribe and activate the notification bell. See you soon.
Hello, my name is Susana and this is Disney Channel.
No, Disney Channel.
Parece el pato de la mayonesa.
Yo me bañé, mosquito.
Mentira.
Yo sí me bañé. Otra vez.
Hey,
No muevan
my
la
name is
silla.
Susana and welcome to the
Acción. Mira cuando hablamos de las sectas.
Hola.
Cuando hablamos.
Hello, searchers. Welcome to your favorite frequency. Welcome to the Curious Radio. Question: how many of us have faith in?
No digas eso.
watching the Beauty Radio.
En realidad, la intro